Welcome to Liberencia, where the gold chains of fate bind and guide gods and mortals alike. This is Extreme Advantage.
Previously on Extreme Advantage, the gaggle of guys continue their journey into the Emerald Plains. They come across an ancient coliseum with a lone guardian. After a long and grueling fight, they draw from the deck of many things, and after Rorik barely survives almost being sealed away for eternity, they were granted special powers and items. We ended when they came across a strange town called Grimthanes.
Welcome back to Extreme Advantage, everybody. We're happy to have you. We did get a question from a viewer recently, from Cheyenne, and she asks, what is your favorite character that you've ever created so far? What were they like, and why were they your favorite, / what is your favorite character you have played before this campaign?
So, everybody, should come as no surprise. My favorite character is very clearly Boschetti.
Oh, Boschetti!
Oh, wait, when did you play him?
I haven't yet played him.
The bowling ball with the sombrero.
I don't know if
him.
Yeah, so Boschetti is this character that I made, I don't know,
like
like a year ago. He's a paladin. I haven't had the chance to play him just yet. He's kind of become this like myth where every time James like puts me in a dangerous spot, I'm like, hey, if you ever actually kill me, I'm just gonna play Boschetti. And there's nothing inherently wrong with Boschetti, but for whatever reason,
Boschetti.
yeah, the threat of him existing is enough to keep James.
There can't be anything wrong with Boschetti.
He always emerges from the shadows when
Yeah.
Scheme or Noguard are about to die.
Yeah,
It's
whatever
just
character I'm
emerges.
playing.
Just
Yeah.
waiting.
Okay, my favorite character that I've ever played, it's actually going to be a twofer. And it's because, not really the characters themselves, but because of the connection that they had. So my very first character, which has already been explained in an earlier episode, his name was Gerald. And he was a monk, and he did some bad stuff, so he immediately went to prison, and I had to make a new character. Oops. That was also my very first character, yeah. And because of that, I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. I didn't really give him a backstory. I didn't think it was all that important. So my second character, though, I realized that I could build off of my first character and say, oh, like they were friends, blah, blah, blah. They had a backstory together, all these different things. So his name was Bernie. And so he was a halfling from the same village as Gerald, but this is when I revealed Gerald's backstory and that he was actually a mass murderer, and Bernie was on a quest to basically avenge his family. But it was kind of that connection between the two characters, and it was my second character's overarching focus that made him so much fun to play because he had such a driving purpose that it was just really fun to play him. It didn't really matter what his class was. It was just that he was filled with this destiny that he felt that he needed to fulfill, which made it a lot of fun.
Well, you really connected with Bernie too. Like that was your second character you ever played in D&D. That was like your like third session ever of D&D you came up with Bernie.
Yeah.
But you really leaned into that one. That was a good character.
It was a lot of fun. It was a good time.
I've never seen a character and a player have more in common. Like, Ethan's always stealing pants, just like Bernie was.
Bernie was always just like...
He's a pants thief.
Whenever he saw somebody new, he would see their pants first and then the person.
Ethan, put my pants down.
Eyes are up here.
He was a rogue, obviously. But
Great. My favorite character that I've ever made, I didn't get to play him a while because we didn't really do a campaign, but this was like literally my very first experience with D&D ever. It was not with these guys, it was with my other buddy and
You're cheating
his
on us?
siblings. I was
cheating.
before I even knew you.
Okay, that's good.
I was cheating on you. So
no, he relapsed.
take that for what you will.
Oh,
I relapsed. I'm cheating on them. Anyway,
We are the mistress.
so I played a bard named Dave. And in the very first session, this was all looped into his backstory, of course. This didn't just happen out of the blue. The very first session, he gets mauled by a pack of rabid badgers.
oh.
He dies.
And at least he's somebody that you
Wait,
can
in the
relate
very
with.
first session?
Hold on. He dies, but the party that I was because they had already done a whole bunch, so I was being, brought into the campaign. They were there, and they're like, oh no, we gotta save this guy. And one of them could commune with the nether realm and talk to the afterlife and all that stuff. And so he essentially channeled Dave's spirit to make me appear. And I'm like, how can I be on this plane of existence? And so Dave's whole thing was trying to find a body, but he didn't have one accessible at the time. However, there was a stop sign nearby. And so his spirit was channeled into a stop sign, and they pulled, because there were some bandits there too, and one of the party members pulled 2 arms off of a guy.
Oh my God.
Slapped him onto the stop sign. And then they found a cart and they put 4 wheels under the stop sign. So I was Dave the Minstrel, he was a animate stop sign, and my entire quest was just to find a new body. That was like the wildest introduction to D&D
Hunter.
ever.
Hunter, you're
How the F do you play that character?
Exactly. It was a lot of fun.
I want
He
you to
could
make
do a lot.
dexterity
What was
check.
his charisma?
you said he was a bard.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic backstory, but what is the purpose of a stop sign in a fantasy setting?
You know, I ask myself that question every day.
What is it stopping?
He said,
Carriages.
like, I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I don't have a body. And the DM was like, he rolled a dice. I don't know, probably like a D12. I don't know. And he's like, there's a stop sign right there.
What is that is that like a nat 20 or is that a nat 1?
I don't know. That's the thing. I
like
don't know
a
what he
6.
rolled. It's like a, I don't
Perfectly
know.
neutral. Could have been worse. Could have been better.
I mean, this is like coming from one of the other party members was a priest who was a teddy bear. And then one was a literal rainbow that was very sad.
What the? Okay.
So this was like, we're talking like,
I
just
don't know if you're
wild.
playing D&D. I think you were actually just straight tripping.
I may have.
I think you're on shrooms, my dude.
Having played now, this is nothing like that.
And we're all like, are you sure? I don't know.
It was weird.
There was
man.
never a DM. There was never any.
There was a teddy bear on the
was a
table.
teddy bear sitting on a rainbow.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was raining outside.
Yeah, Hunter, I talked to your parents, and they said that they walked in on you just twitching on the ground.
I was tripping the whole time, guys.
Oh my gosh. So anywho, Brayden, what was your favorite character?
Honestly, I don't know if I can top that. That's some crazy crap.
Yeah, it's
Prior to playing with James, I really actually haven't had much exposure to D&D. My very first character that I ever played was a homebrewed race called Seraphin. It was a Seraphin, and they're kind of like a goblinoid type creature, but are like the size of a human. They have small horns on their head that glow, that have like marbling through them, and they would glow a certain color when they'd be using magic. I don't know. It seemed kind of edgy. I guess. No, it's like,
super edgelord.
but,
Brayden, 12 years old.
yeah. But
Has anyone seen Gravity Falls?
Yes.
yeah,
The
yeah.
unicorns and the
Yes.
horns that glow.
Yes.
That's all I can think of.
But it's they naturally use necrotic magic. Their horns are their arcane focus, and they naturally know how to channel necrotic magic. So that was really interesting because I had no idea what I was doing. My DM was very new as well, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this seems kind of cool. Like, let's do that." But apparently, the features that I made for this creature were actually very overpowered. Like by nature of their race, they would get this spell that is the equivalent of a 9th level spell at like 7th level. And so I'm like,
Sounds
crap.
good to me.
That was interesting because it was me working on creating a character that I saw from scratch and was able to see them interact with the world, a race from scratch. That was what really got me into wanting to do homebrewing. However, I think my favorite character that I've played that I feel most proud of is probably Amperium, my last character that I played with these guys. And Amperium 647 is a Warforged artificer, and James is really good at using our backstories to create things that we ourselves don't really know about, but they become really interesting. And my character, his previous life was him experimenting with soul magic. And he was the only Warforged who had a gem that was embedded in him that essentially absorbed his creator's soul and used that as the power source to operate as a Warforged.
And Imperium was a good guy.
Good
Yeah.
cause.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, he sadly
May he
died
rust
at the end of our last campaign, but he was the one that finished off the big bad in the end, and nobody really knows what happened.
He was very noble.
That was very brave of you too to give a Warforged amnesia.
Yeah. I kind of was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, so neither does my character.
No, it was very unique. I appreciated that part of him.
There could have been a Terminator, Skynet.
J. Jonah
Connor.
Jameson. Do you have a favorite character you played?
I have lots of favorite characters. Every single time I make a character, it becomes my favorite character for a brief time. But as I've kind of like racked my brain thinking about which one should be my favorite character, there's one that stands out.
We all know.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, which one do you think it is?
Canis.
No.
No, it's gonna be the edgy guy from Braden's Camp.
That's exactly it.
yeah.
Okay,
I wasn't there for it.
So,
Super edgelord.
so let me tell you about him. So Braden ran a one shot, and just a little quick one for Halloween and stuff. And I was creating this character, and Devin, this is why he's my favorite character. Devin was so ready to be my father and stuff, even though I had like a pre-established backstory and everything. And the look on Devin's face when I finally introduced this character, and he just couldn't stand associating with me, made it so worth it. His name was Todd Thompson, but his given like nickname that he gave himself was The Shade. And he was just like this rich man who had like a perfect family and a perfect life, but he wanted to be super edgy, and so he became a rogue.
And every NFL player ever.
And it was so much fun because every single time I talked, I literally watched Devin take psychic damage, and like, he couldn't be at the table with me, and it was so worth it.
Well, just like my thought process was just to throw everybody for a loop. I'm just gonna drop the bomb that I'm James's character's father, and then James pulled that rug out from under me.
Bomb diffused.
Yeah, bomb diffused.
Not happening.
Yeah,
Well, so worth it.
I backpedaled real
That's
hard.
on like my short list of like moments I wish I could relive in my life, was watching Devin just like, oh no.
What have I done?
Can you give us a snippet of the voice that you use? Because now I'm very curious.
I'm the Shade.
Oh my gosh. It was so bad.
Only played him one time, and that's all he ever needed to do.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah,
worth
retires after one adventure.
it. Yep.
Yeah, it was the end of the summer.
That's a summer intern.
Oh,
that's good.
great.
Anyways, with that, shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's go. So, right when we left off, you guys were surrounded by all the eager and kind of fake smiling villagers from Grimthane's, all urging you to come inside. You guys were kind of hatching a few little plans, and right when we left off, Scheme was going, check this out.
Okay, Scheme is then going to do a back handspring. Oh my gosh. But hold on. I had like a month to figure out what I'm actually going to do.
Concocted after
This is
a-
after a month of not
back
playing.
handspring.
Scheme does a back handspring, but he's also going to bust out his Tides of Chaos.
Oh my gosh.
To try to get a wild magic surge.
Get extreme advantage on an acrobatics check.
Okay, but the back handspring is less the important part. It's more of I'm trying to get something crazy going with my Tides of Chaos. But with the acrobatics,
Okay.
extreme advantage. Roll 1 is a 21. Roll 2 is a 13. And roll 3 is a 19.
All right, still 21. Scheme's like, everybody check this out, and does this miraculous back handspring, and everyone's just like,
Including us. Yeah, we're all. Oh, wow. That's really
everyone's distracted.
Rourke is going to
including your party.
Rourke is just going to start backing away a little bit because he's like,
But with the Tides of Chaos, I roll on the wild
Oh,
magic.
as soon as you cast a spell, it's guaranteed.
Okay, well at the end of that back handspring, I'm just gonna
Cast a leveled spell.
yeah, shoot a. Jeez, I didn't even think I'd get this far.
You're just gonna shoot
Yeah.
one into your a leveled spell into your compass.
Yeah. Can I try to charm person with my? So I'm gonna do a back handspring. Charm whoever's the leader.
I'm right here. You don't need to charm. No, I'm already charmed.
you're supposed to be trying to sneak it. Stop it.
Okay, so you're just gonna charm like the closest person to you, because there doesn't seem to be.
So
a
I'm gonna
ringleader.
after I land from my back handspring, I turn to the closest villager, wink and shoot some finger guns at him.
Okay, what's your spell save
You don't
DC?
even need a spell slot for that. That's charming in and of itself.
Yeah, come on, just give it to me. I'm just a little guy. 15.
15. He seems to be pretty taken by your performance and your whimsical charm. And now,
Pardon my
roll a
friend.
D100, baby.
Yeah, let's go.
Just like that. Now let's see what happens. The guy turns into a potted plant.
This could just ruin it.
Oh, that's a 90.
A 90?
9-0. Fetch, I just lost like one of my good ones, I betcha.
You did? So, Scheme, as soon as you cast this spell, you feel this shiny second skin kind of come upon you. For the next minute, you're completely invincible.
Are you kidding me? Do I know that?
I'd say you at least understand what's come upon you with the magic, so yeah.
Quick, somebody hit me.
I run over there.
Stab me right here.
I whip out a sword.
Hit me, yeah.
You try
stab
to
me.
stab Scheme, but no weapon is able to penetrate this second magical skin.
You're weak.
Holy crap!
You're a fighter.
What the heck? I'm gonna attempt to grab you and inflict wounds.
I'm like grabbing his face by like the dragon snout that he has.
Yeah. I don't even feel it.
You cast a spell and it doesn't even make contact with Scheme.
Like, what the
I
heck?
cast magic missile at
Hey,
him.
you're supposed to stop it. Get out of here. You're supposed to be.
Okay. Fine.
We're fighting each other. And all of the people are just watching us trying to kill us.
Brand new party fighting
I
everyone.
do a backhand spring, land, start glowing, and then all of a sudden everybody's just starting to like stab me.
Just prison shake, prison shake.
Missile.
Conrad runs over with like a knife in his
biting me.
teeth.
Nibbling at your ankle.
Funnily enough, Conrad is the only one that can actually hurt you.
Yes.
He just nips at you and takes a chunk of your toe out or something.
What the heck?
Your Achilles heel.
Turtles.
It just sucks that, like, the first good thing to come out of your wild magic
Wasn't even in combat.
wasn't even in combat.
It's like the most on par thing
With
that could have happened though.
A minute passes and the magical skin fades away.
Anyways, did everything happen that needed to happen?
Okay, Lauren, what were you planning again?
So while all this was going on, perfect distraction, by the way.
Prison shake,
I
prison
have
shake.
now I've altered self into one of these happy go smiley guys.
You kind of blend into the crowd and everything. They don't even notice that you're there.
Yeah, and then your thought thing. Can I communicate with you that way, or do you just have to?
We can communicate back and forth. Mind link. You can speak telepathically to any creature you can see within 50 feet of you. You don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand, but the creature must be able to understand at least. So we can speak.
Okay,
back.
because I would want to let you know telepathically, because I can't let these guys know that which one of the crazy people I am. Just so you know.
Who do I mind link with
Yeah.
though? There's a crowd of people.
Shoot.
Corliss does need to be the one to initiate it since it's his
Yeah.
race.
Yeah, and if I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to talk with Lauren. It's just
However,
like
however, if you have the message cantrip,
I don't have message.
Just raise your hand or something.
Yeah, I just raise my hand and wave, because that's. I mean, are they waving? Like do they
They're all
do that?
focused on Scheme right
Yeah.
now.
I just. Psst, Corliss.
oh, didn't see you there. Wink.
It's me.
All right, now I'll mind
Now
link
we
with
know.
you.
That was easy.
wait,
Yeah, it doesn't seem like anybody noticed.
This is the most scuffed spell operation to get inside ever.
The scheme turns to the one that he charmed and says, "Okay, well, how about that dinner, you?"
Yeah, come inside, please. And they kind of like grab you from either arm and kind of like push
touch
you
me.
in. They're like, no, don't worry
Stop
about
touching,
it.
stop it.
Come on.
Ah.
And they kind of like push you inside. They are gonna push also Corliss and Rorik, just kind of like push them all in. One person stands in the back and kind of goes, wasn't there a fourth one?
4? We can't count that high.
We can't count. Like it's like an us thing.
Oh yeah, no, the fourth is actually Conrad. You must be thinking of Conrad.
Oh, Druid Wild Shape?
Yeah.
Not sure.
Not sure.
I don't know. The village is quickly being like, wow, these guys are so dumb.
Yeah, like they turn to the other guys. Are these actually the ones that were wanting to like?
All right, guys, come on, come into Grimthane's. Let's go.
Do you say that?
Yeah, as I like, I'm pushing them from
What's your
behind.
spell save DC?
My spell save? Oh, jeez. My spell save's
No.
I believe it's a 17. Give me a sec.
Well, he's
Okay.
probably comparing.
It's an
the
18.
illusion.
18? Okay. So they look you up and down, and one of them kind of raises an eyebrow. I don't know you. I know everyone in this village. We all know each other. Where'd you come from?
I've been here the whole time.
John?
Yeah. And I'm gonna just like covertly cast Detect Thoughts to see if I can get his name.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Nice. Quick thinking.
That's an 18.
18. So as you kind of cast Detect Thoughts, you're able to get into his mind right there very quickly. And you do grasp that his name is Richard.
Okay.
So they have normal people names.
Richard, it's me!
And he kind of like looks at you, raises an eyebrow, and then like leans in and whispers in your ear, "If you're one of them, it's perfectly fine. Just come on inside.
What are you talking about, Richard?
Just come inside. It's perfectly fine. No disguises required. This is Grimthane's."
Yeah, I know. I live here.
"No, you don't. It's perfectly fine. Come inside. Come inside."
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
so unsettled.
Oh, no. This is so weird.
This is gonna be one of those, like, we're gonna be forced onto the creepy carnival
Yeah,
ride,
this is
and we're just
like-
gonna have to sit through this village of horrors that James has concocted for
Gonna be
us.
like
We put-
killer clowns and
We put so much effort into this like this thing.
And they
if you could just play along.
Like, I wasted one of my wild magic
One of the best
ones you have.
Watch burn a spell slot. You can at least play along.
Just like,
Watch this entire village just be like completely non-threatening.
It's literally just a fun carnival.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
We just want to take care of you guys.
Genuinely nice people.
as they finally kind of push all of you inside, you see like two groups of people, like four on either hand, kind of come out of the woodworks, essentially.
Oh,
Because there's a
jeez.
small little road leading up, and then it splits off to the left and the right, and there's a small little souvenir shop right in front of you on the other side of the road. As they kind of come from the left side of the road and the right side of the road, all singing a little song, and they say,
We just entered Lord Farquaad's castle. Oh my gosh.
But they're singing a little song. It says, "Welcome to Grimthane's, a realm of mirrors, rides, and games. Join us, friends, in the masterminds, where his magic claims its names. See yourself in the house of mirrors, where laughter reigns supreme. Enjoy the dream coaster, chase your desire, and live out your dream. And through leaving, and they like start like scattering a little bit, and then they leave. No, they kind of like regroup. It seems like they just kind of put this song together on the fly, and then they finally like get back into the rhythm, and then they're, "And though leaving brings a sadness, a parting filled with need, take a Grimthane doll for a smile on which your heart can feed."
Oh.
I don't like that last lyric.
That was definitely like, you know, when you have a big old happy birthday song with a bunch of people, but not everybody knows who they're actually
Yeah.
singing happy birthday to.
Yup.
So then you get to the name part, and it's just. That's exactly what happened.
That song talked about his magic.
Yeah, and like Master of Minds or something.
Yeah, and I don't think we should go to the Hall of Mirrors.
Yeah, I think that. Oh, it's
I
gonna
think
be
that's a
like.
bad idea.
Guys, check it out. There's like a ton of mirrors in here.
Oh no.
Stop it!
So, James, how familiar would I be with other like types of creatures, like for example, fae or demons and whatnot?
Fae, demons, you can give me a nature check or a history check.
Okay, I'll do a history check.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it, 12.
12. You know a little bit more than the average person, but you're not like educated on the topic.
All right, so I just know that some nefarious thing is going on here, and that these people are. Did we get the sense that they were like desperate as they were singing?
Yeah. Well, we got the sense that they were desperate when they were trying to get us into the town.
I know, but like this was like they're trying to appease us
Yeah.
kind of thing.
And it seems like they've done some rehearsals of the song, but they haven't nailed it.
Question for you. What was the kind of physical description of everybody again? Like, they're just normal people?
They seem to be normal people, mostly elves, some humans, and a good chunk of half-elves.
Because I'm definitely imagining that they're like waist height at most. I don't know why. That they're just crowding around us like little. Yeah, exactly. They're little like Santa's elf workshop people, and they're just like reaching up, trying to grab us and everything. Like, oh, we're so excited you're here.
No, most of them are taller than you.
We're so excited you're here.
James, can I look around and see if I get the sense that a lot of this stuff was like built up around an existing
Oh yeah, give
village?
me Give me a investigation check.
All right.
After this check, I think we gotta
It's a
start.
15.
15. You kind of look around. It seems like most of these buildings are pretty well upkept. There is a forest around. Not a lot of damage is seen to any of these buildings. As to it being built out from a location, you haven't explored nearly enough of the city to really know yet.
So, well, I mean, specifically, it looks like some of the attractions and whatnot were just slapped on previously.
So right now you
built.
haven't seen any of the attractions. Right where you're standing seems to be
Okay.
mostly a market area where you can buy like food, snacks, souvenirs, things like that. As you get to the fork in the road, you can look to your right and you see that it kind of turns into mostly living spaces and residential. But as you look to the left, that's where it kind of starts going down a hill, almost as if the city is built on a hole, as it kind of wraps down in, and it looks like that's where most of the attractions are.
And as you look back this way, you see that Scheme is already double fisting corn dogs.
Hey, yo.
just 2 corn dogs.
Whoa! What?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
That was
imagery.
awesome.
Good thing this isn't a video recording.
I've never been to a carnival before. This is like actually kind of exciting.
Yeah, I'm having a good time. These people are really nice. This is good.
I know, no, like, but genuinely, I know that they kind of like freaked us out at the beginning, but I'm kind of stoked.
Yeah, I don't see what's wrong with this at all. I think we should just like,
Keep going.
yeah, let's just have a good time.
Is there anything up the hill? Like, can we see some, like a house on the top?
Yeah,
of
give
the
me a
hill or
perception
something?
check.
16.
16. As you kind of follow the road up, based off of your current location, most of these buildings are blocking the view a little bit, but you can see a rooftop up in the distance. Looks like there is a lone house up on top of the hill.
That's got to be our man. The him or his in that song. Why would there be?
Corliss is also like chowing down on corn on the cob right now with Scheme. He's like, I bet you're right.
Roaring.
What's up?
We should probably investigate.
Or can I have some of that cotton candy?
Yeah, where'd you get that?
I don't know. It's delicious though.
Oh.
I think that I see like a relay race for piglets over there. Let's go check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play
So,
Spence.
as you look around, you do not see any animals of any kind.
Oh.
I think you're seeing things.
I tried to manifest something and God said no.
Normally I'd allow it, but here specifically, no.
Yeah.
Where do you guys want to go first? You're in the little shopping area right here. Got some snackies.
Let's stop in the gift shop.
Yeah.
Step in the gift shop.
I want to go down to the rides.
Okay, so Scheme is going to head left down the road towards the rides and other attractions. We have Lauren who's going straight ahead to the gift shop. Where is Corliss and Rorik headed?
Where do you want to go? You want to tag team something?
I was thinking that Scheme should not go by himself.
I'll take Conrad.
No, Conrad and I are a package deal. Meanwhile, Conrad's probably just like, let me go.
Yeah,
He's
like
trying to jump off. You're just holding him on top.
He's reaching out to
you know whenever you're holding a cat and it just like is trying to like crawl out of your
No, it's
arms.
like I'm pinning Conrad onto my head, but it's like his underbelly is what's making contact, and his legs are just like trying to kick off.
swim in the air.
Okay, where do you two want to head then?
Is there any kind of like magic shop or anything like that?
From what you've seen, no. There's some toys and stuff like that.
I'll take my business elsewhere.
Like Karen.
That was pretty good. Why not? I'm gonna go to the toy shop.
Okay, so you're heading into the souvenirs. So we have Lauren and Corliss together and Rorik and Scheme together.
Yeah, we got our caster marshal duos.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That works
I
out
like
great.
it.
Okay, we're gonna start with the souvenir shop here. You guys kind of walk in and you hear a faint ding ding, but it's not quite a bell. It's almost like they had a single piece of metal and it just kind of clacks against a piece of
Whenever someone
wood.
goes in.
As you walk in, you see that all the souvenirs are different variations of the same thing. Like, you know, whenever you go to like Disneyland and some of the shops just have like, here's this character or whatever and
This
a stuffed
different
animal and a
styles.
plastic
Yeah.
thing.
This style of Mickey Mouse ears.
Exactly.
This style of Mickey Mouse ears.
Where it just has different variations of the same thing.
Right.
This shop only has one quote character, it seems, and it's all in different shapes, different poses of the same kind of character. It appears to be a white-skinned, smiling man with a top hat and a suit on.
Oh, I'm already.
This is Grimthane.
It's Slender Man. Oh my gosh.
Business casual Slenderman.
Yeah.
Like they have little ones where like the top hat has little confetti come out of it, and they have one with him in a cane and things.
I want to start at one end, and I want to start like kind of work my way around the shop because I'm imagining that they're just on all the walls, kind of thing.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, Lauren's gonna just detect magic and
Okay.
see if there's anything in the shop that's.
Yeah, as you detect magic, you get subtle traces of like conjuration, like those top hats that kind of poof confetti out.
Yeah.
Very mild amount of conjuration magic in there to conjure said confetti. So nothing is like, oh, there's like evocation magic and it's doing stuff. Nothing crazy, no
literally
illusion magic, nothing
Just
like that.
toys.
Just toys.
So as I'm
According to
going
your knowledge.
through each of the rows and stuff, I'm kind of looking to see just the different poses like you were mentioning.
Yeah.
See if anything kind of pops out.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Oh, it was so bad it crashed my computer. I did see what I rolled though. It's an 11 minus 1, so a
11
10.
10.
Hey, statistically likely.
So as you're going through it, you start on the left side of the room where it's mostly small like wood carvings of this individual. As you kind of move further along, you get to like small little like stuffed heads of the just like the white face with a smile and the top hat on top of it.
So it's like a little like pillow.
A little
type
pillow
thing,
type
yeah.
thing.
Plush
As you're
toy.
walking past it, you have to do a double take because one of them seems almost wet and shiny.
Ah,
But as soon as you look back, it's just one of the
it's
pillows.
a mimic.
What?
It's a mimic.
Dude, that's wild. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I want to go over to that one and
Okay.
pick it up and examine it. Like, what's going on here?
You pick it up. It's just a normal pillow.
I smell it.
It smells like straw or whatever they use to stuff it with.
Ugh, I hate straw.
Gross.
I put it back.
Okay, you put it back.
Is there a shop owner?
There is. And you can see he's kind of like, you can tell he's nervous but excited at the same time. He's just kind of standing behind the counter smiling and he's been watching you guys the entire time.
I'm gonna approach him.
Yeah, you do. He says, did any of the items catch your interest?
Yeah, actually, the pillow over there. Is that straw in it that I detected?
Yes, we make sure it's nice and soft and that we padded it great and everything. Like, it's very nice to sleep on.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, you must be a fan of whoever this caricature is. I mean,
It's Grimthane.
oh, it's Grimthane. Okay,
Yes.
so this is Grimthane.
Yes,
Interesting. Is he also in the town? Does he?
of course. He's the lord and master of this town.
And is that his house on the hill potentially?
Yes, that's where he lives.
Oh,
Is he there right now? Does he always there?
Oh, Grimthane's always out and about doing his own thing.
interesting.
But
Okay.
as esteemed guests as you are, he'll probably make an appearance at the inn tonight when you guys are about to rest. He usually likes to dine with the new guests.
We'll probably see him then because it has been a long day. We would need some needed rest at the end of the day.
Sir, what's your name?
My name is Luis.
Luis, how long have you been here at Grimthane's?
Oh, my entire life.
You were born here?
Yes,
And how old are you?
I'm going to be turning 42.
You've lived here 42 years.
42 years, yes.
Have you ever left?
No,
Not to go travel?
I don't need to. This is Grimthane's.
Okay.
Have you
Well,
ever... You should drink from the dream well, obviously. You'll understand that.
Where is this dream well?
It's at the bottom of the attractions. If you just head down the road and participate in all the attractions and everything, everyone is rewarded the opportunity to drink from the well.
Oh,
Wow.
definitely sounds like we should do that.
That sounds interesting. Luis, what's your favorite toy?
Oh, it's definitely got to be the pillow you were looking at earlier. Like I said, very comfortable, nice to sleep on and everything.
And how much do these run by?
For a guest like you, I couldn't possibly charge you for it.
No. I
giving
mean,
it
this
to
is
us.
excellent craftsmanship. I couldn't possibly
Thank
just
you.
take this.
I knit them myself. My father taught me.
Yeah, and where's your father at?
He's sadly no longer with us.
Did he live his whole life here in Grimthane?
Of course.
And how long has your family been in Grimthane?
As far back as we can possibly remember.
Has Grimthane's always been here?
Always.
You know, I'm a part of an association. I'm wondering if you might recognize my sigil, and I'm going to hold up the Dragon's Cavalry sigil. And
He kind of
Sure.
examines it. This means nothing to me. I'm sorry.
you've never recognized this, really?
Mm.
Oh, interesting. So I'm doing that because Corliss is going to be like, how many of my Dragon's Cavalry members have made it here? And
are stuck here.
yeah, and I want to make a insight check to see if he's telling the truth, if he's lying, or if he's like straight up, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'll insight him.
Thank you, Lauren.
See if he's telling the truth. That's a 21.
21. You kind of examine him. He is telling the straight up truth.
So he legitimately does not know the dragon's
It almost appears with a roll like that, it almost appears like he's scared to lie to you.
Oh.
Ask him what color his underwear is. He can't lie.
Luis, we would love to pay you for this finely crafted
It's grossly unnecessary, but if you do, I'll take any jerky you have.
jerky.
Jerky.
If you guys happen to have jerky or rations, that would be fantastic.
How often do you eat?
Every night, yep.
1 square meal a day?
Mm-hmm.
What do you eat here?
Typically grains and corn.
Do you have any livestock, animals, meat?
Oh no, we ran out a long time ago, before I was even born.
And nobody's gone out to get more? Nobody's imported any?
There's
kind of
none.
something?
We're kind of all stuck here. That's why we live at Grimthane's. And we're so lucky to be in a place, and he kind of starts looking around a little bit and over his shoulder. We're so lucky to be in a place that just provides for everything that we could possibly ever hope for.
That is really nice, Luis. I couldn't agree more. You know what? I don't have any jerky on me, but I will happily take this and I'm going to stuff it in like my rucksack or whatever I got. And I'm going to be like, we'll be on our way. We want to go check out that well that you were talking about. Is there any, would you recommend us see any other sites of Grimthanes before heading that way?
Oh, absolutely. The main ones, some of our attractions are unfortunately under maintenance at the moment, but the ones that will always be working will, of course, be the Mirror Room and the Dream Coaster.
The Dream Coaster.
Yes, we heard mention of those in your wonderful song earlier.
Oh, you guys heard the song? They
did.
just barely got it down.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell. It was so good.
It was so natural.
Yeah, it
You
sounded
see him light
perfect.
up like he's filled with hope.
It was very good. Luis, it's been a pleasure.
Same.
Thank you.
Please take another doll. And he kind of like hands you a little wooden one.
Oh, cool.
So, I carved that one myself.
Oh, Luis, I'll cherish it and hold it close to my heart, and I'm gonna put it like in my little scarf thing.
Thank you, Luis.
Keep
Yes.
that away from
Anyway,
Straight up, every single one of these guys, I'm just guessing, I'm just thinking here, they have to be replaced by somebody. Like, they're stuck in this village, and then if somebody comes in, they have to be replaced.
They can
by
only
them.
leave if somebody takes their place, that kind of thing.
Or they're the livestock.
I think they're the livestock. I think they're cannibals.
As we're leaving, I'm gonna ask Corliss for the pillow, and I'm gonna use Identify on it
Woohoo,
Okay.
There you go.
to see if I can.
And so as you
If it's
guys are walking
magical.
down the road, you're kind of casting your little ritual spell.
Yeah.
It is a pillow.
No magical properties.
No
whatsoever.
magical properties.
Ooh, that gives me an idea though.
Corliss, why this pillow in particular?
I don't know. I'm gonna run back in the store, and then I'm gonna grab another pillow.
Okay. And he says, oh, you liked it that much? Did he want one as well?
He did. In fact, our other friends wanted some. Could I take another?
Of course, yes.
And I take it out, and then I run it back out.
Okay.
I saw something go on with that pillow. It looked like it was not made of that cloth and straw material. It looked like it was. You said it was
It's like
Wet-
wet and slimy.
Wet and shiny.
wet and shiny. Yeah.
Like leathery skin type.
But I'm gonna hold on to this one. I'm gonna put this one in my bag, and I'm just gonna hold the other one, and I'm gonna do something with that later.
I'm gonna let you cook.
Thank
You're
you.
up to something.
Thank you. Namaste. I am up to something.
Woohoo!
And we'll head towards the attractions.
Perfect. We're gonna move on to our other gaggle of guys right here. So we have Rorik and Scheme. As you guys are heading down this road, you do see various different stalls of different foods. They do have several different games, like the smack the lever with the hammer to ring the bell at the top, little tests of strength. They have a little guy that's willing to guess age and weight and stuff. And they all are just kind of like standing there with like nervous smiles watching you walk past, eagerly awaiting for one of you to like approach them.
Hey, you're a martial class. You're somebody still stuck in the physical aspects of life. You should go try your mettle against some of these games.
Oh, actually, that's not a bad idea. Rorik goes up to the hammer one.
You see the guy like light up. He says, "Would you like to try our game?"
Oh yeah, for sure. But I was kind of curious if you'd mind if I use my own hammer, or do I have to use the one
Please,
that you
I'm
provide?
sorry, sir. You'll clearly win if you use your heavy weighted metal hammer. So you have to use this wooden one.
Okay, find out what it's-
Immediately.
I mean,
Ruin this.
I mean, it is a hammer of force. Okay, so Rorik is like, aha, okay, so he stows the warhammer. He grabs the hammer and he just smacks down on the little
Give me an
pedestal.
athletics check.
So I got a 16 on that athletics check.
16? Perfect. You bring the hammer down and you smack the lever. You see the ball launch up and shatter through the bell and everything. Bing!
Oh, did I win?
You see the guy just begin clapping like, oh my goodness, good job, you're incredible at this. You've won this. And he hands you a little straw doll that with the same white face and the black top hat and the little suit coat and everything. And he says, congratulations on winning the top prize.
Oh my word, I figured something out.
All right, so I'm gonna look at this, and Rorik hasn't seen these before, and it's a little unsettling to see just how grotesque the figure looks.
It's just a very white face with a smile.
So Rorik is looking at this doll, and he's just like, I don't really want to carry extra stuff around. I was just playing the game because
It's fine, it's fine. And he kind of like grabs one of your leather straps and kind of like shoves it inside and pats it.
can I avoid him? Like he's reaching out to grab.
Yeah,
me?
you can give me like an athletics check to like keep him back.
Stiff arm.
This guy's trying to force something on me, and like I back up.
Okay.
But it's not like I'm
instinctual.
specifically trying to touch it. Or
You-
not touch the doll.
You back up and you see him just kind of like get a little sad, but he's like, do you not want your prize, sir?
I'm fine without it right now. If it's okay with you, I could come back and grab it later.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You did break the record. You have to take a prize. Like, I'd feel guilty if you didn't.
Can I take the hammer?
Do you want the wooden hammer?
Yeah, it kind of matches.
Conrad,
That's
you
fine.
have to take it.
You can take the hammer.
Take the doll.
I would love for you to have it.
All right, thank you. And then he's just carrying it in one hand, and
You have a wooden hammer. It deals 1d4 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
As you guys continue down the road, you finally come to the first biggest attraction, and it's the House of Mirrors. It seems like it's, compared to all the other buildings, a lot better kept, but a lot of the color of the paint has faded over time.
Is there like an attendant?
Yes, there is.
So, Slick, what's the deal
He
with
says,
this
"This
here
is
thing?
this is just a place to have a good time and see reflections of yourself in funny different ways."
I mean, I don't see any way that this could go wrong.
No, there isn't.
Cool, I'll check it out.
all right. So Rorik is gonna go in after Scheme.
All right,
I'm gonna be holding both the warhammer and the wooden hammer.
you got two hammers.
You are double fisting hammers.
Oh my gosh.
Stop it with that word.
Okay, Scheme, you walk into the House of Mirrors. It's very much just like there's all kinds of different bent and twisted mirrors here and there, putting you into funny different positions. There's one mirror that makes you way taller than
I stared
Rorik.
at that one for a long time.
You
He's
do so.
longing for something that could never be.
You stand there for a good minute, just like,
I start crying.
Give me a perception check real quick.
Roll for performance.
Wait, I try to hide my tears. That's a 15.
15. As you're kind of like walking through this, seeing Rorik become super tall and super short and a lot of different things get kind of fat and super skinny and all these fun stuff, you see something that isn't in the room in one of the mirrors behind some of the other mirrors. It looks very familiar. It almost looked like Milo was walking through the room.
I do a quick stop and back up to that mirror again.
Okay.
And try to take a closer look.
Whoa! What are you doing? Rorik has to back out of the way because he's like right behind Scheme.
Okay.
Something I gotta look at. I think something in my teeth.
What?
So you push past some of the mirrors to be able to get in and see this mirror in specific, but this one just appears like a normal mirror. You're just looking at good old Scheme.
Scheme goes to tap it a couple times. Is Milo still there?
No, he's not.
Okay.
You just tap, tap, tap. Seems like normal glass mirror.
Must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind.
Okay, well, if everything appears normal still, Scheme's gonna keep on moseying along.
Okay. You kind of continue down through it, but as you're going through this little mirror maze, kind of coming out the back door, you see a couple more times just Milo walking right behind you in some of these mirrors.
Hey, buddy.
What's up?
Sorry, not talking to you. Internal monologue. Externally.
Externally.
It's my external internal monologue. Ignore me for a bit.
All right, going back to the norm.
I'm going through something.
I don't know if you are a bit more present in this area. Maybe this is a chance for us to talk things out.
As you say that, and do you stop or do you keep moving?
I feel like every time I see him in the mirror, Scheme stops for a second and tries to like look around, and then keeps going, and then like he's very just like slow and trying to be attentive of
Okay.
everything.
So as you're walking past, you kind of stop after you see him briefly, and you back up. And this time you see a completely different figure. A man who seems a little tall, maybe 6'3" or something. Not crazy tall, but tall and very thin, wearing a tweed suit jacket and vest. It's made of like gray, black, and red fabrics, kind of old, worn, repaired several times, and a worn black top hat with a pink ribbon. His face is pale white, with black eyes that are incredibly wide, so you can just barely see the corners of the white on either side, and a permanent, toothy grin. His skin is wet and shiny, as if he had been dipped into a can of white paint. As he just stands there, smiling, you literally blink, and he's gone.
I feel like if this was a video game, that'd be a jump scare. So I just jumped. You're new. Is he, like, I look around, nothing else is off?
Nothing else is off.
Hey, Rorik, I don't think we're alone here. Like, not even in the, like, metaphysical sense. I mean, like, literally, I don't think we're alone.
What are you talking about?
Extraterrestrial beings.
Extraterrestrial, as in... Okay.
You've heard about planes, right? I'll fill you in as we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's just say at the end of the conversation, we are both very educated on the subject.
Well, you guys continue through the House of Mirrors without much incident. Rorik, you just had a pretty funny time seeing Scheme in different shapes and sizes, and Scheme just kind of like laughing and crying at some of the mirrors.
Of course.
But something has definitely like shaken him up a bit.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's this place feels odd.
I definitely feel that. Yeah, there's something definitely strange about this place.
I mean, it's not surprising.
I mean, it's in the middle of the Emerald Plains too,
Middle
so
of the Emerald Plains.
obviously it's going to have some kind of weird stuff going on.
bunch of plastered on smiley people. I mean, I expected weird things to happen, but it's fun going through the actual motions of weird things happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys finally come out the exit of the House of Mirrors, and you kind of come back up towards the front, and that's when you see Corliss and Lauren approach you guys.
I kind of feel like I'm trapped in a mirror dimension. Quick, do something that's not reflective.
I take the wooden hammer and tap him on the forehead.
You are tapped on the forehead.
Okay, I don't think we're trapped in a mirror dimension.
Bye.
Hey, it's the other guys.
All right.
Hey, guys.
Why is he hitting you with a hammer?
Science.
You see Rorik has two hammers.
He's just bonking no guard with the wooden one. Dunk, dunk.
Did you call me no guard?
Oh crap! Right. No, I almost did it again. Scheme. My bad.
Scheme guard.
Too soon.
Scheme's gonna do a quick self-assessment to see if there's any dolls on him.
Yeah, go for it. Give me an investigation check.
Smart. With my +0, 12.
There are no dolls on your person,
Okay.
according to your knowledge.
Gents, this place is pretty fucking weird.
Lauren changes his voice.
Excuse me.
You're right. It's what's happened to you.
I'm sorry, I
age is regressing.
misspoke. No, but this place is weird. Like,
You're
very.
telling me I got a pillow and a doll? This place is, and it didn't even cost me anything.
Scheme, give me a perception check.
I'm gonna perceive so hard. That's a 10?
10. So as you're kind of like watching your friends approach, and as soon as Corliss goes, I got a doll and everything, you see one of the stuffed pillow heads in his arm. The eyes dart and look at you, and the smile grows wider.
I firebolt that bad boy.
Roll to hit.
It's a 19.
19. So you just firebolt it, and it's made out of like fabric and straw. It lights up immediately. Just
Whoa!
Hey! My pillow! What the heck?
It was looking at me. Eyes moving.
I had a suspicious feeling about that. But what the heck? Give me my pillow!
Go get another one. Actually, don't get another one. They're
Don't worry,
cursed.
I got this one.
There's another one. I firebolted.
I put it in. I'm putting it back in my bag.
You put it back in your bag. Is it the same one that you pulled out?
Yeah, so I'm like, don't worry, I have another one, and then I just put it back.
Okay, perfect. You pull it out,
Whizzes by your head.
and you put it back in your bag.
Some guy in the background.
Guy on fire.
The Wilhelm scream. and then I'm gonna look around at us and I'm gonna say like, I know, but those pillows are pretty great, and I wink and don't want to draw any attention to the that we're potentially onto something.
I can't wait. I have to blink.
Hey.
I'm gonna blink at you.
Hey,
Really
Corliss.
Twice. Yes.
Tell us what you think about the toys.
Yeah. They're all of the same person. Pretty cool. I'm gonna pull out the toy that I have that I like put under my little scarf thing, and I'm gonna take a look at it. Has it changed at all?
Nope.
Okay.
And as he does that, I'm gonna hold my hand over its head.
Okay. So these guys just walk up, say, I think this is pretty great, and now they're both holding the same doll.
I think they had more. You can both get one. They're just giving them away.
And then I'm gonna say, Lauren, I think I understand what you're doing, and I'm just gonna do it as well.
Thank you.
That way you don't. For the audience, Hunter was leaning over the table to like put his hand on my hand.
So when you cover up the head, does Lauren then let go of the hand?
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it.
Okay.
So. No, yes, I think that there's definitely something up. So I'm gonna hold on to this doll and this pillow and see what happens. But yeah, no,
Is Corliss saying this out loud?
that is Corliss saying this out loud. Yes.
Lauren's gonna try and detect thoughts on the doll.
Okay. Perfect. Can you cast that as a ritual?
I can.
Okay. So you cast Detect Thoughts. You guys kind of stand there in the middle of the city, pretty much. Everyone is watching you. You are the talk of the town.
Wow.
They're all watching you. You kind of take 10 minutes, cast this spell, and you get nothing. It is a doll.
Okay, it's not sentient, but
It could still be some sort of like divination scrying device.
you seem off, Scheme.
Yeah, this place is giving me the creeps.
You don't say. I hold out the doll.
Shared sentiment.
Hey, cover that thing's ears again. That was a good sound effect.
Yeah, me covering the ears makes the farting sound.
Pressurized some air out of the doll. Yeah, I feel like I'm seeing things that ain't there, that maybe are there.
Such as what?
I've seen that as well.
Yeah, this guy, this Grimthane. I think I saw him, except not as a doll.
What did he look like?
Big and well dressed and covered in paint.
To kind of re-describe him, his white skin is wet and shiny, and it is so like pale white that it looks like they just dunked his head in a bucket of
It's
white.
that kind of white that it's
Yeah.
like sickly wet. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like if you open up a Word doc
Yeah.
without
Just
dark
fresh
mode on.
white.
Like pure white skin.
Like literally white.
If you took the opposite of black, that's what this is.
Like not Caucasian, like the color white.
if you were to take saturation and crank it up.
Like if you walked outside and looked at the clouds.
Oh, you guys are saying white.
Yeah. What you wish that the dentist would say to you when you went to the dentist.
I just wish you'd
That-
stop hurting me.
That kind of white.
Okay, we've got to be running out of like white similarities. Oh wait, no, we missed one. Snow.
Yeah.
I hate that one. You lost me on that one.
Anyways, that's what he is.
But the dentist.
The dentist. Just imagine the dentist.
Okay, so he's a dentist.
Yeah, when you go to the dentist and then the dentist stabs your gums with a sharp object and
That's
says,
him.
"Yeah, these
That
are
kind of
bleeding.
white.
What are you
Okay.
doing with your life?" And you say, "I'm so sorry."
That's this guy.
That white.
That kind of white, yes.
And that's what he is. But he's
Okay.
also like 6'3", which is pretty crazy.
That's just a tall dentist.
Yeah. Imagine a tall dentist.
My dentist is 6'4".
This entire village is just a huge ad for people to go get their teeth cleaned.
I go grab the nearest villager.
Look at his teeth.
I open up his mouth and
He's got normal teeth, like
They look
normal
good,
medieval
or-
peasant type
Oh,
teeth.
they're like
so they're like
awful.
So
You
so
see,
not
you see,
white.
the difference
They're
is
wooden.
he has not seen the dentist, pointing to the villager.
Hence why
And the
he's
villager is
here.
like,
Yeah, see, the problem is you're not flossing enough.
I don't know what plastic is.
And I do that thing that dentists do where they stick their finger and they're just like, anyway, and then I push you away. I'm like, oh, sorry about that.
All right.
It's
Getting
no
back-
problem, sir.
Actually, getting back to the real.
No, that happened.
This is real.
Right.
That definitely happened.
Anyways, I'm so thirsty. I wish there was someplace to get a drink around here.
Yeah, me too. I don't.
Like a fountain or something.
You know, I heard that there's a well. There's a
Well,
well.
now that you bring it up, well.
Well, should we go to the well?
Well of dreams.
Yeah.
And then I grab somebody again. I heard there's a well nearby.
Yeah, it's the end of all the attractions, so you have to go through everything first.
What happens if I drink from it?
You'll see, it's great.
Like someone could argue that cocaine is great.
Yeah, that's so point blank.
It's just drugs.
What do you think something called the Dream Well will do?
Probably like kill me.
No one has died from the well. There was one guy who jumped in and did die from jumping into the
So
well,
you're backpedaling a little bit,
but no one has actually died from drinking the well.
but the well has gotten them to do things that have killed themselves.
No one, it doesn't make you do anything. There was just, adventures are kind of weird, and one guy was just like, yeah, and jumped in and died.
Was that a different campaign?
Maybe.
Well, I'm sold.
Me too.
Yeah. So it's the end of the attraction. You just gotta go through everything first.
Do we have to go on the attractions to get there?
Yeah, it's part of the Grimthane experience.
I'm thirsty now.
So
You want some water? We can get you some water.
No.
Orca's just gonna straight up ask this guy. It's like, all right, so is this like some kind of mind control thing that you're trying to get us to do?
No, not at all.
That's exactly what a mind control person is. Look, I say the best teacher is experience.
I think you're right.
You
Let's
got
go
a
through
point.
the attractions. You guys want to come with us into the Hall of Mirrors again?
Each of these
Again?
buildings is just them seasoning
no.
us.
Sounds a lot of fun.
Why not?
I saw crazy stuff in there.
Sure, I'll go in again.
Did you?
Works fine.
You didn't see the dentist in there, did you?
That's literally how this conversation about the dentist started. You were there for that too.
I was. I don't know how I feel about this now.
I want to go see the dentist.
All right,
Lord,
let's
and I
go.
grab your hand and then I start
All right. Whoa. Let's go together.
skipping. No, I'm skipping. I'm skipping into the Hall of Mirrors.
Yorick follows along as well.
Okay, so Scheme kind of stands outside while everyone else goes into the Hall of Mirrors.
I want to find one of those giant swirly rainbow lollipops.
I want to find the one that makes me really fat.
So you guys start going through the Hall of Mirrors, and once again, it's a pretty standard Hall of Mirrors type place. Lots of bendy, weird glass reflections, making you tall, making you skinny, making you fat, making you short. The full shebang, all of the above. I need both of you to make me perception checks.
Okay.
Perception, you said? That's
Yeesh.
What was that noise?
It's a really bad roll. It's a 7.
Okay.
11.
Okay. So as you guys are walking through it, kind of like getting chuckles here and there, ultimately it's not impressive at the end of the day. It's just another house of mirrors.
Yeah.
Like nothing mind-boggling. It's not like a mirror maze. You just kind of like walk through it and see all the
fun
funky different
mirrors.
mirrors. It's not very well lit, things like that. As you're walking through it, Corliss, your hand feels a little damp for a brief moment. You look down and nothing is there, but when you look up into the mirror closest to you, you see your hands are drenched in blood. You're wearing your old dragon's cavalry uniform, as you did on the wall.
Oh my gosh. Like, I feel all color and blood drain from my face. I'm on the verge of probably throwing up and like collapsing to my knees.
As soon as your legs shaking and you take your eyes off it just briefly, it's right back to normal.
So I'm like trying to regain composure, but I'm in a cold sweat and heavy breathing, freaking out, kind of.
Something is off. As you're doing so, Lauren, you do notice that Corliss is acting a bit strange, but you don't really have time to do it. Because for a brief moment, you could have sworn you saw one of your automatons in one of the reflections.
I do a double take for sure.
You do a double take, but you don't notice anything else.
Weird. I just keep walking on.
Okay. You keep walking on, you approach Corliss. As you're kind of helping him out, as you look into the mirror that Corliss is looking into, you see your reflection. and it is anything but human. It's a string of just thin metal poles strung together in a skeletal form, hideous with glowing green eyes, trying to help your friend. And you are reminded that you are no longer human.
I drop Corliss at that point, and I just...
You freeze up and you just see the skeletal frame kind of reflect your actions. It is your reflection. Possibly even your true reflection.
Being the curious type, I'm gonna walk up and touch the mirror.
You kind of touch the mirror and you see flesh against metal. But it feels like a normal mirror.
Corliss, what do you see in my reflection?
In your reflection?
Yeah, what do I look like?
And I'm gonna go on a whim. I just see you, Lauren. I just see you.
Oh, Corliss, we need to leave.
I agree. We need to get out of here.
Let's go. We need to leave. And we just bolt out.
You guys skedaddle out the back entrance. Rorik, give me one last perception check.
No, Rorik is still in there.
Yeah.
He's just like, what is going on?
Don't even care. We're
Because
out.
Schemes had this weird reaction. Corliss has had this weird reaction. Lauren's had this weird reaction. What's Conrad doing?
I was gonna get to that.
Perception check, baby.
That's why
Let's
I'm
go.
asking you for a perception check.
All right.
Stew.
I just see a bowl. I just see a bowl of stew on my head.
That's all it is.
You just see a sea of turtle shells.
He just sees an orphan standing next to him holding Conrad, almost taking a bite.
Like a burger. Like a cheeseburger.
For the first time in Conrad's life, he's smiling.
He welcomes the bite.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Rourke.
I never roll well. I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, nothing is happening according to your knowledge, man.
I think this was great.
The only one not
Wait,
to
is
be
this
freaked
a
out.
no, it's perception.
Scheme, you're standing out on the road kind of waiting. After a few minutes, you do see Lauren and Corliss kind of sprint out the door. Rorik is perfectly fine.
What is up with this gnome?
I'm still in there. I haven't left.
Oh, you haven't left?
No.
Okay, perfect. You never mind. You don't see Rorik.
I
Rorik is
still
still
said
chilling.
that in reference to the fact that he's still in there.
I don't know what's up with him. I don't like that place.
You guys look shaken, not stirred.
So so each of you saw something in the mirrors too, I take it.
Yes.
What did you see?
What did you Corliss, you go first. I'm still shaken. I can't.
I was in my old uniform, drenched in blood. It was an old memory. It was an old experience that I had. That was it.
Corliss, what's going on?
A lot of battles defending the wall scheme. A lot of battles. Not all ended happily. Some just didn't work out the way you hoped that they would. Especially with your friends.
Was it all nightmares?
Nightmares. You could say that. I need to share something with you guys. I think it's best that we wait for Rourke to be here for this conversation now.
Fair.
Rorik's having a great time.
I was having a great time.
So Rorik would have seen both of them look into that specific mirror and just freak out. Can the mirror be taken off the wall at all?
Imagine like those standing, like oval-shaped mirrors.
Like with a stand?
Yeah. So you could just pick it up.
You can just
Yeah,
pick it up
I want
right
to pick it up and take it
All
out.
right. You
with me.
pick it up and you carry it out.
And I'm going to be like holding it to where the reflection is at whoever I'm facing.
Okay. You guys see Rorik has just robbed this place.
He's coming out with a mirror.
He's coming out with a mirror.
What do we see in this mirror?
It seems like normal reflections.
I'm gonna immediately try to snatch one of Rourke's hammers and destroy the mirror.
It's going to be pretty easy. Like the
His
wooden
hands are
hammer.
full.
Yeah, the wooden hammer is just like...
I magic missile the mirror.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to tackle both of them at the same time.
Both of us?
Yeah.
It's just tiny little lizard tries
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you just dive and completely miss.
Let me roll. Let me cook.
do an athletics check, bud.
2.
My
+2, 4.
Oh my
So Scheme, you like
gosh.
run up, and you know when you have to like make a decision between two things very, very quickly, and your mind just like shuts down, and you go right for the middle between the two. You just dive right between the two of them, right as Corliss is going to like smash the mirror, and you just like
As I do, I'm gonna go, no, we might need it.
And I smash the mirror.
and you magic missile it
Same
right at
time.
the same time. The mirror just like shatters into a million pieces, and Rourke, you now have a broken mirror.
And I'm just like breathing heavy.
Put that down immediately.
There's nothing here anymore. You guys just broke this mirror.
Rourke, give me a perception check.
It's right behind me, isn't it?
Yeah, in the shards. Yeah.
That's a dirty 20.
Ooh. So Rourke, as you kind of like lift the mirror above your head to look at your friends and start like, what the heck is going on? You briefly look at the ground and you see in each shard of glass a different dead turtle.
Oh, okay. I think I understand now.
As you look at it though, you do see like, you know those screens where it's made up of multiple different TVs, but they have like one thing go from one end of the screens to the other.
So it's like one giant TV
one
screen
giant
made of
screen
multiple-
made of
Like
multiple.
Fortnite special skins.
You do see one pale white hand, almost dripping with paint, reach out and grab one of the turtles, and then take it away.
Off-screen soup.
Okay, we need to leave immediately.
You see now what this mirror does.
I wasn't sure what was going on in there. I just know that all three of you were just freaking out, and I thought that maybe if we brought this one out with me, that you guys that we'd be able to just all talk it over.
We can talk
Not here.
not here.
And I look around
Alright.
at all the people staring at us.
What are the people doing after seeing all this?
So like, have you ever like held a smile for too long?
Yes.
And it starts to like twitch
Like, sore,
downward and stuff?
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly what's happening.
So like they're starting to like
Like
have
you
to
guys
force their smile back
Yeah, you
up.
guys have been standing in the road for a long time where you can see them, and they're just kind of like, ha
Did they have any kind of reaction to us breaking the mirror?
None.
Really?
No reaction whatsoever.
And then I look at all of them, and then I look at you guys, and I pull out the pillow,
Yeah.
and I take a dagger to it, and I cut it in half.
You cut it in half. It's now two halves of the same pillow.
No reaction?
No reaction.
That was what I was cooking up. I wanted to see if I like destroyed the pillow in front
How
of
they
them,
react.
making a scene of it. Yeah, if they would react.
They don't.
And then I take the doll and I also snap it, and I just drop it.
We should talk, but not here, not with listening ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corliss, you still owe us a story.
Let's just say that mirror reminded me just how inhuman I am.
I saw you ordered no onions on your burger. I know what you're talking about.
I'll have them grilled, but raw onions
It's so good though.
are the bane.
Little crisp, little
of my
crispy.
existence.
I'll never look at you the same again.
Inhuman.
James, I want to make it clear that Rorik isn't actually taking the turtles and killing them off.
Yeah, I know.
Now he definitely is. Now he definitely is.
Oh shoot! I just made a lot of assumptions.
No, like, I hope you're not writing that into my backstory.
Oh,
because that
It's now it
It's
is.
in there
Well,
now.
now I have to rewrite it.
Guys, whatever you think, I'm definitely not killing all the Conrads. Why would you even bring that up?
Wink, wink.
Rorik is on his 5th Conrad.
Conrad number 7, guys. Don't worry.
Scheme is like halfway down the road.
Yeah, you just
Let's-
left
let's
them
go, let's
behind.
go.
So Rorik is going to grab one of those shards of the mirror, and he's going to like put it in his bag or something like that.
Okay.
Wrap it up with just some cloth or something like that, because he doesn't know if he's going to need it again.
You have a piece of broken mirror now.
Corliss starts venturing after Scheme, but he's kind of like doing that like shoulders hunched, holding like his arms together, very, very closed off, very like vulnerable.
Okay. As you guys continue down the road, it starts to get a little bit steeper as it's going deeper into this lower part. And it's right at this moment where you find the next attraction, the Dream Coaster. Give me a perception check real quick, though. This is a pretty low DC. I'm going to say DC 10.
That's a 23, baby. 22, just kidding.
8. Doesn't really matter anyways. But you do see the entrance to the Dream Coaster where there's one guy, he's got like one of those train conductor hats on. You can tell that it's pretty well worn. Like the train conductor hat has been around for a good minute. But he starts beckoning over to you guys like, come on. This is the best part.
Why? Why is it the best part?
Because it's the funnest part. Just trust me. Come on.
And I'm kind of defeated. I'm like at the point of, I don't want to have to associate with anybody. So I'm like, just if it will get you to stop talking to me, then I'll do it.
Corliss, come on. Let's go.
Scheme sits down next to Corliss.
So it's one person per cart.
Oh, Scheme is gonna sit right behind Corliss. Corliss, have you ever heard of extraterrestrials?
Start talking to him about aliens.
I make 0 reaction.
0 reaction. Okay. You notice that the cart is 4 carts in specific, almost as if it's been tailored to your party.
I don't notice.
Okay.
I don't like this at all.
And you also realize why it starts at the beginning of this steep hill, so it can kind of like go down, and you realize that it kind of goes around the town. So you can kind of see around it and see what's going on. As you kind of like go around it, you realize that one of the things that's keeping it going is a bunch of people kind of spinning one of those wheels round and round, and it's keeping the chain of the ride
Like taut, so that it, oh my god.
So it's not mechanized, it's literally people.
It's literally people powering.
It's just a massive like hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Essentially, but it's like imagine like raising the anchor on a
Yeah.
boat
Yeah,
where they're
they're
just
just-
Oh, okay.
Because they're
people
pulling the
pulling,
rope,
turning
they're
a
grinding,
crank.
you know.
Yep. So they're just kind of going, and every once in a while they have to like change people out because they get tired. It's an okay ride. Like, you know that one roller coaster in SpongeBob that has like the one bump?
Yep.
Imagine that, but on like a much bigger scale, but you actually get a little bit of speed.
The whole time, because you said it goes around the whole place, I'm gonna see if I can pick out anything out of the ordinary.
Absolutely. I was going to ask everybody to give me a perception check.
Oh my gosh, I'm rolling like dookie.
There's a 24.
That's a 13, 12.
13, okay.
16.
16. Corliss, you're not really paying attention to the town itself too much. But what you do pay attention to is it's almost like your cart got wider, just enough for a second seat. Someone is sitting next to you.
Anyway, so they're aliens.
Somebody sitting next to me.
Someone sitting next to you.
I'm kind of like arms crossed, like kind of hunched over. Not like keeled over like I'm sick, but hunched over, just very closed off. And I'm gonna kind of like tilt my head over to my left to take a look at like who is this person?
You take a look over. You look and you see a very worn and old tweed tuxedo jacket and a pale white, wet and shiny skin, and the very pitch black, very large eyes where you can just barely see the corners of the whites of his eyes as he looks over to you very slowly in a wide, toothy grin. He definitely hasn't seen the dentist. Kind of yellow and graying teeth a little bit, but nice and wide, and he says, "Fun ride, isn't it?"
I start to unsheath the dagger.
As soon as you like reach down for the dagger, disappears immediately. You're right back on a lonesome little ride.
Oh, he disappears immediately.
Yes.
My dagger is still there.
Your dagger is still
Okay,
there.
I thought you said the dagger disappeared.
No.
And I'm even more shaken up. I'm like, okay, I'm reliving some PTSD, like real trauma, and somebody was just next to me, and I'm visibly
Very creepy.
freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James,
Yes.
I rolled a nat 1 on the perception check, so I think that Rorik was just like staring at the inside of the cart the entire time trying to think of how I'm secured in there.
Yeah,
And
no,
I missed
Rorik
the-
is just holding on to Conrad.
Well, and I missed the entire ride. I was just staring into the cart,
making
the
sure
entire
you don't
time.
fly out.
Look at this.
I didn't
little
even know we were
bolt.
going through the village.
As for Scheme, give me, or no, you already gave me your perception check, the 24,
It's
right?
not getting any better.
You don't know that. Okay. As you guys are kind of rolling through the town, it kind of goes alongside the wall a few times, so you actually see majority of the town. You see the big house up top. You see a couple people in there. But one thing that is quite unique about it is you could have sworn you saw a flicker in one of those windows.
Eyes narrow. Hey, Corliss, did you see that?
See what Scheme?
Corliss, there, the house up there. See that?
You
House
look,
on top of the hill.
Yeah. Like, 90% sure I saw flicker in it.
That at the word of flicker, that's like I'm gonna like jolt up and be like, "Hey, yo, what?" And I'm eyes deadlocked on the big house.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Oh,
Now that you're kind of staring outside of your cart.
a bit aware. Watch it. It's gonna be worse now. Oh, it almost was. 24.
24. You kind of peek very closely at the house. You do see a couple shadows moving in there. Hard to distinguish if they're flickers, but one window does stand out. You see the white-skinned man that you saw sitting next to you, kind of waving.
I'm gonna slowly point. Scheme. Do you see him too?
You do not.
No, it was in the other window, just to the left. There's nothing going on in yours.
Okay. Gorlis is just short words, short breath, like zero patience. He's ready to kill something.
Okay. The ride finally comes to an end right back where you started. The guy's like, wasn't that just fun? You got to see the entire town of Grimthanes.
The place that we've literally just walked all the way through.
No, you've only been down one road.
It's the exact same place, copy pasted. Every road is the exact same.
All roads are the exact same if you really think about it.
He's ready to kill somebody, and I'm about to
Oh, hey man, I just run the ride.
I'm gonna like grab him as like my post to like get out of the chair.
Yeah.
And like as though somebody were extending their hand to me, but I just grab him by the collar of his shirt. And as I step out, I throw him in the ride. And I just kind of keep walking.
Nerd.
He's like, but the ride is just so much fun.
Then you enjoy it. And I pull the lever.
Yeah! You pull the lever and you see it just kind of like slide down and then like stop at the bottom because
they're not-
nobody's
they're not
repowering
turning
it.
Hey, start turning that. I'm trying to make a point.
Or that they pulled all the rope, so it's just they have to unwind it.
Yeah, that's exactly what they have to do. They're like, give us a bit, okay?
Okay, you stay in there.
Yes, sir.
Think about what you've done.
I go for a high five with Corliss.
I like sheepishly like my hands out because I appreciate the gesture because I feel like you have my back, but I am going through some stuff.
You're dealing with some.
I am dealing with some internal demons.
But you guys finally continue down the road. A few more games and attractions here, basic carnival stuff, and you finally come to the very bottom where there is a well. Seems like it's probably the most well-maintained part of the entire town. There is a sign that says, "Do not jump into the well."
With a little picture of a guy jumping in, but with
Exactly, with a red line through it.
It's like the Garfield meme where it's like, I wonder what this is talking about.
I have to catch Conrad because he's trying to jump in.
He's doing that thing where like the cat's trying to jump out of your arms and you're just like kind of centipeding it.
Okay, I already can tell that we're going to get one no vote to my next idea. But
What if we jump into the well?
what if we have Conrad take a sip of the water to make sure it's not just going to like kill us or brainwash us?
I'm actually fine with that idea.
I bet it's gonna be 1 against 4 because we all know that Conrad is gonna accept that.
So you guys are saying this out loud?
Yes.
Yeah, we're having this conversation.
I mean, I'm assuming you guys are saying that I'm the one that's going to say no.
I was actually thinking
Yes.
Corliss.
I'm all down. I don't care.
I am fine with it so long as Conrad is okay with drinking some of this.
Give me the water.
Conrad, are you sure you want
Give me the water.
All right.
My throat's dry from all the cheese.
All right. I hold him close to the water so that he can drink some of the some of the liquid.
He like wiggles out and he like jumps out of your hand so fast he almost falls into the well.
As the prophecy foretold.
So I'm holding him. I'm holding him around. So his legs don't have any
Okay.
purchase on anything, but I'm
Okay.
holding his head close to the water so he can just like
Oh, so the water's deep down in there. You're gonna have to rope it up, like
Oh,
do the
okay.
little spinny
We'll
wheel
just pull
thing.
it out.
That's why people don't jump into the well.
Okay. So then
Who
yeah,
starts turning it?
Rorik is gonna start warming
Rorik,
up.
you're turning that wheel for about 5 minutes. It is deep in there. But as soon as you pull it out, you are greeted to some of the most blue, crisp water you've ever seen, to the point where the light from the sun that's reflecting in it almost looks like stars.
Oh, it's like a blue Powerade.
A nice crisp blue Gatorade.
Anyway, so the bucket's there. I without taking my hand off the crank, I'm gonna grab the bucket and then put it on the sill, on the ledge of the well, so that we can all just like grab stuff from the bucket.
Okay, perfect.
And then I'm gonna take Conrad and
Just shove him in the bucket.
I'm
Just
not gonna
drown
shove
him
his
in.
head underwater, but like I'm gonna get him close enough to
So
where
he
he can
can-
like reach his neck out. And,
Yeah. He does it and like reaches out and gets a little sip. He takes a couple more sips, and you see Conrad just kind of like sit there quietly for a moment. And if turtles could smile, Conrad is smiling.
I'm gonna look into his eyes.
You see, like, if turtles could like be at peace and just like kind of facial expression.
Is he defecating?
No, he's not. Just right there in your hands.
In the well.
Like this is some nature's laxative or something.
Yeah.
I turn to walk away from the well.
You just leave.
Yeah.
Not even gonna give it a shot.
Nope.
Come on.
No, Corliss is like, this place is evil. I need to get out of here.
Scheme has the biggest grin on his face when he comes after Corliss.
Okay.
Corliss, you should try the water. Corliss, it's so great here.
You haven't even tried it yet.
It's a relaxing lifestyle.
Ambient.
So down.
Lauren's gonna detect magic on the water.
Okay. As you cast Detect Magic on the water, it doesn't have a specific school of magic, but you can tell it is divine. There's divine magic, which is like your druids, your clerics, and stuff like that,
arcane.
and then your arcane magics.
So Rorik is gonna pull out one of his tomes that he carries with him, and he's gonna start rifling through some of the pages, and he's gonna turn to a specific page, and he's gonna start casting Identify.
Okay.
It's a
yeah,
ritual spell because I don't have it.
that's fine. It's just going to take you 10 minutes.
Right.
So as you kind of sit there and begin casting the spell, you cast Identify on this water. Basically, what you glean from it is divine water of dreams.
Hey, you can speak to your turtle.
Conrad, what's going on with you?
It says, everything's great, man. There's tons of cheese and it doesn't make me sick.
They're all like, wait, do you relay that to Scheme?
Yeah, I tell that to everybody else, and I'm like, all right, this water essentially puts you in a comatose state of just whatever makes you happiest.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like a good life.
It's not real.
I mean, nothing is.
Scheme is bought in. All right, Scheme, and I'm actually gonna. So we walked away. I paused, and then you probably went back, and I'm gonna walk back too.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a like spoonful, and I'm gonna like start like.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was really big.
Okay.
Lauren has a thought. I'm gonna cast Levitate
On.
myself,
Okay.
Oh no.
and I'm gonna float down to the well.
Okay.
It has a sign that literally says don't.
Don't.
I'm not jumping.
Okay. So,
That's a loophole.
Indeed.
yeah. So you start floating down the well,
Mhm.
deeper and deeper, darker and darker, to the point where you can't even see your hand in front of your face anymore. It goes so deep. But you do feel like the cooling effects of the water down below you and kind of the splashing of it against stone.
Rorik is going to start lowering the bucket in after him, just in case his spell, for whatever reason, dissipates.
Smart. I'm gonna just attempt to like break off some of the brick and magical tinkering. I'll light it up so I have some light.
Okay. As you light it up and get light, you see the reflection in the water. Down here, it's a different color. It almost looks like space, like you're looking into the night sky.
I'll touch it. Does it have the texture of water?
It does have the texture of water, but as you touch it from down here, you feel an electric shock when you touch it. That's the best way to describe it.
So it's a little zappy.
A little zappy.
I don't know what to do with this information, and I'll yell up to, "Hey, gents!"
Hello. Hey, let's not answer.
Corliss is in no state to be like team player right now, so he's not gonna answer.
We've all been captured. If only you were still up here.
You wouldn't say that if you were captured.
I'm being dragged away. Of course I would.
Good luck, Scheme.
Thanks. They'll need it.
Oh my god.
Lauren, I'm still here. What's
Notice me. Notice me. I'm still here.
And I'll yell up to him. And the water down here is different. I wouldn't say it's murkier, but it's definitely, for lack of a better word, it's thicker. It's almost as if I'm grasping space itself. Do you know anything about that in one of your tomes or books or anything?
Honestly, I can't say that I do. That sounds really odd, really unique. Just get back up here.
Okay,
All right.
I have a thought. I'm gonna take out my all-purpose tool, and I'm just gonna transform it into a cup with a lid.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get some of that water and close the lid on it.
Yep.
So it has no exposure to like sunlight. or
Okay.
anything. And then I'll float back up.
Okay, perfect. You float all the way back up. Everyone's back up here again.
Yeah.
Lauren, you missed it. We got captured. But we're free now.
Dang, that's crazy. I forgot I didn't have my mic on.
There's such a long pause. I had to look over. I was like, "What's going on?"
Now Lauren is just like slowly raising out of the well, and then only once his shoulders are visible does he respond.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
Guys, I'm ready to go see what's up with the chief man at the big house.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the last thing to do here.
Yeah.
That sure was some good well water. I sure am glad I drank from that well. Anyways, let's go check out that manor.
So you guys just leave?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the
we stay
house.
there forever.
I'm going to. Rorik is going to just have this massive smile on, as if I'm imitating the other
Okay,
people's.
give me a
smile.
deception check.
I got a nat 20.
You're at 20?
Ooh.
Perfect.
Wow.
You guys think Rorik's drank from the well.
Rourke, you weren't actually supposed to drink from the well. How do we save you?
But the water was so delicious.
We're gonna have
It
to.
changed my accent.
Guys, I think we really did.
I lost my Scottish voice.
Actually, yeah, that's super funny. You could just roll with it.
Anyways, yeah, dude, that's crazy. Wait, hold on. What's my motivation? Line. Wait, you're not supposed to drink the water.
But the water looked so delicious.
I know it was like blue Powerade, but I think we're gonna have to kill this guy.
I think you're right.
I'm sorry.
It's great.
I'm sorry, buddy.
You should drink too.
I pull out the necklace of Fireball.
Oh my gosh.
There's no need for violence.
Just stand over there.
Rorik, if you took the water, why don't you show us to the big house?
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Inside
It's
check
one
in.
direction. Go for it.
That is a 20.
What was your total?
It was
so
a
natural
nat-
20.
a nat
Oh, yeah.
20.
So yeah, you can't
It
tell.
was
He's legit. Let's follow him.
So as you guys are leaving the well area, there are a couple people standing at the road, and they look confused as they say, "You're not gonna drink the well water? I mean, that's the whole purpose of coming to Grimthane.
Our buddy drank all of
He
it.
drank for us.
The entire well?
Drink all of it.
The entire well's. Yeah, it's all
It's
gone.
impossible. The well is infinite.
Look how big this guy is.
He's small.
Objective.
Objection.
Objection. That's a lie. Wait, hold on. Comparative? Not what word am I looking for?
Imperative.
pejorative.
Paradox.
Yeah, that's superfluous.
I don't think that's it, but let's roll with it.
That's a parallelogram.
Better.
I'm gonna need an
anagram.
intelligence check on whether or not you even know that word.
I've got
Superfluous.
Scheme knows random words.
He doesn't know what they mean, but they just happen to be useful in certain situations.
Chance per chance.
Perchance.
promiscuous.
Sure.
Anyways, they sit there and just... No, it's impossible for him to have drank anything. Do you guys really not want to drink from the dream well?
We'll drink later. I've got some for later.
Okay, that's great.
I'm just gonna go do it around that alley where nobody's looking.
That's a strange place to do it, but okay.
Okay.
All right, bye.
And then we're just gonna keep walking. Let's just keep walking to the building.
You guys keep walking right up the road. As you are walking up the road, you do come to the inn over on the right side of the road. As you do see several people coming out in like cooks' clothing and waitresses and stuff. And they're like, "You're just in time. We've just finished making your rooms. You can come in. Master Grimthane is going to be here tonight to dine with you."
Hey, we wanted to meet with the head honcho, right?
Don't worry, it'll be great. Master Grimthane is gonna come visit us. It's going to be fantastic.
Rorik's just having a great time right now.
I keep walking to the building.
Yeah.
You're just going to keep going.
I'll follow him.
So you do see several of these villagers kind of come up after you, and they're walking alongside you, and they're like, you don't have to go to his house or anything. You can literally just stay here, get a good night's rest, please. Have a nice meal. It'll be delicious. We have our best cooks on it. We've been trained for decades on the best meal prepping and everything. You guys will have a great time, and Master Grimthane will welcome you himself.
That sounds fantastic. My one caveat is I'm actually deathly allergic to oats
That's okay. We can make sure you don't get any oats.
and corn.
And make sure you don't have any corn.
Wait, so you do have other stuff?
Yeah, just for you.
We were lied to.
I
think I just gotta finish stretching my Lamborghinis real quick. Just do a quick.
You've
jaunt.
been walking all day.
Not enough.
I don't stop at all. I just keep walking.
And they like follow you all the way up to the door. This house is about 3 stories tall. It's better maintained than the other building, similar to the House of Mirrors. But this one has like a fresh coat of paint on it. It has a nice green yard, the full shebang. Everyone is kind of like standing at the edge of the yard. They don't approach any closer.
I'm going to take a look back at them, and I want to look at the expression on their faces.
As you look at them, you can see that the smiles are more strained than they've been the entire time. They are doing everything they can to maintain them.
And are they frightened?
Very much so. Like, it's pretty apparent that they are not wanting to be where they are at this moment.
Something is inside the building.
Yeah, they're scared of something. So scared that they are trying to desperately get us to not be there. Yes. They want to do everything on Grimthane's terms. Just like we're not going to defy him in any way whatsoever. Being here is not part of the agenda.
Yep.
You guys want to go in? Should we do this?
Yeah.
Do we want to do this?
I think we
Can we all knock once?
Okay.
just
Okay. As you guys go up to knock in unison, before your knuckles even make contact with the door, they swing open. And you see candles light up, bringing in a dark walnut wood flooring with a red carpet. And you smell cooking. Chicken, it smells like. As you are welcomed inside.
Guys, I want to kill this guy.
Whoa, let's not be so hasty.
Or I'm going to drive my sword down his throat.
What if he can get us like a good deal on whitener?
On paint thinner?
No, like teeth whitener.
I doubt that. I saw them up close. They are not white.
The best dentist will never receive the best dental work. He can only receive the second best dentist's work as the best dentist.
You know, my mind is actually getting blown right now.
His logic
Fair
is
point.
infallible.
That is a fair point.
Okay, let's go in.
Yeah,
let's
let's
see
go
what
in.
kind of plan he offers. See if he does like a payment plan, and then we can decide.
Look, in all seriousness, Corliss, I am ready to act when you are, but let's keep our wits and adapt.
Yeah.
I'll cross the threshold first.
Okay.
Go straight through.
As soon as you walk in, you see this long hallway. There's a stairwell going upwards to your right, but Grimthane comes out of one of the doorways at the very far end. He has his tweed tuxedo jacket and his black top hat, both of them very worn, repaired, but there seems like a kind of a red or a pink theme going on, and he has his pale white, wet and shiny skin, the wide black eyes, and the big toothy grin. He's wearing a pink apron, and he seems to be drying his hands on it as he walks out, and he says, "Oh, be sure to tell the villagers that we will simply have our meal in here today. I cannot wait to meet you. Come this way, I have the table set for all 4 of you. It will be my treat." And he walks back into the room.
Rorik is going to just make sure that on repeat in his mind, he's just talking, or he's just having thoughts of he's happy about being in Grimthane. he's just
Mimicking
glad.
their thoughts.
Excited to be here.
Yes,
excited to be here.
Like, Grimthane's very kind, all that kind of stuff. Just because I don't know if this guy can read minds.
Fair enough.
Scheme is thinking how much he hates it here.
On repeat.
Contrast.
You guys walk in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, do we want to have like a game plan? Code word.
Peaches.
Peaches means
that.
means let's
Peaches
kill this
means-
guy.
Yeah.
But if there, wait, what if he has peaches
Dang
at
it!
dinner?
I was literally gonna put peaches there.
What's
just for
something that he would not have at all?
I feel like at this point, because some
I'm gonna text it
being,
to all of you guys and not James.
Think a word. Think a word to us. Let's not let anyone hear.
Here, I'm mind linking with AT&T wireless.
Not even God can hear us.
God can't read my text messages.
Ooh, Brayden wrote down a code word. And James is trying to look.
Yeah, I am.
Got it.
You guys walk into the house and you go to the very end of the hallway and you turn right into the same room. You're greeted to a very large dining table that extends out in front of you with Grimthane sitting at the end on the opposite side. A long red ribbon kind of goes down the center of it as you see all kinds of food. It looks like there's pig heads, chicken, a few other things, but some plates are already set out with portions for each of you. There's 2 plates on the left side and 2 plates on the right side.
Relative is the word I was trying to think of.
10 minutes later.
As you guys walk in, Grimthane's impossibly big smile gets a little bit bigger as he says, sit down, please. Enjoy your meal. Let us have a pleasant evening together.
Rorik's gonna look. Are there only the 4 chairs for us?
Yes.
Dang it. Are they like next to where he's sitting?
No, so he's at like the far end and the 2 plates are on like the center on either side on the long end of the table.
Okay, so we're like halfway down the table close.
Exactly.
But there's no seating for any of the other village people.
No one else.
Yeah. That's how I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Scheme is gonna go ahead and take a seat.
Yeah, I take a seat as well.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of set it up where on the left side of the table we have Lauren and Corliss. On the right side of the table we have Rorik and Scheme.
It's almost like that's truly how it is.
Yeah.
That way,
I think you're gonna have to get up and. Oh, you're actually already sitting here. Wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
Anyways, you guys are now sitting down at a dinner table. Smells like good food. You can't remember the last time you've had like a fully cooked meal that wasn't rations or basic hunting you've had on the road. You've been traveling from Heroes Hold to the Wall for weeks, and now you've been in the Emerald Plains for quite some time as well. This is the first time you've had an actually cooked meal in a long time.
Grimthane, this is quite the spread. Did you prepare it yourself?
Of course. Normally I'd let the villagers take care of this, but it seems like you wanted to meet me so soon.
Yeah, we were quite eager to meet the man, the myth, the legend himself.
The one and only Grimthane.
Grimthane, I'm sorry to pry, but I'm so curious about this place. Where did it start? Where did it come from?
The very beginning, friend.
Very beginning
Of everything.
Oh, like this is ground zero.
Ground zero.
So the entire world spread out from Grimthane?
That's one way to look at it.
So
yes.
you're like the first person.
Possibly so.
But I thought that nobody's ever left Grimthane's.
Nobody has, except the occasional visitors do tend to leave, but not very often.
Why did they choose to stay?
Most of the time.
What's the objective here, huh? Are you trying to like grow Grimthane? Like, do you need like a marketing director?
Nope.
I'm trying to build my resume.
Job interview.
Rorik is gonna start feeding some of the food to Conrad.
Okay. Conrad starts eating the food. He's perfectly fine. But as you actually like look at Conrad now, you see Conrad is noticeably shaken.
How so?
Like he's frozen in place. Like you try to give him food and it just kind of like falls out of his mouth.
Like he's in a comatose or something.
Like being in close proximity to Grimthane has him terrified.
He's not staring at Grimthane at all, though.
So did that
So
start
he's
after
just
he
like
ate?
drugged out of his mind.
No, it started like Rorik would take Conrad off his head, put him on the table, and that's when he would notice.
So Grimthane, why their villagers are very adamant about us wanting to partake of your food? Are you some kind of well-renowned chef? I mean, I don't see a Del Bell here, but this isn't my territory, so
It isn't the food that they want you to partake of, it's my company. And,
And
he
why
kind of
is
like
that?
starts eating right there at the table.
Why do they want to partake in your company?
Simply so you can know who I am, get to meet me, and see why Grimthane's is so wonderful.
yeah, it definitely has a lot to offer. It's certainly centered around you.
Oh, of course, I'm the center of attention.
So what's so special about you? I'm sure you're a wonderful person and all, but I'm just getting to know you, and this might speed up the process.
You see his smile gets a little bit wider and he says, I just have a great personality.
I'm sold.
While this conversation is going on, under the table, Lauren's been casting Detect Magic.
Okay. He's like looking at Scheme, but you see one of his eyes darts right over to Lauren, and he says, "Oh, please, that's unnecessary. There's no magic present."
Kind of clear my throat and sit back in my seat.
Grimthane, what's with the Hall of Mirrors? It seems to show deepest fears, deepest regrets, pains of ourselves.
So you noticed that?
Hard to look away from.
Good. I just wanted to make sure you're aware of what's happening here. Do you know what the Emerald Plains are?
Yes.
Not to a finite definition,
Not to a finite definition.
but
Very
there's
interesting
chaos
answer.
here.
Chaos reigns.
Chaos does reign indeed. But that is not quite what the Emerald Plains are.
Then what are the Emerald Plains?
They are a prison. Prison for me.
As in your prison?
Oh yes, I've been here since the very beginning.
Grimthane, what did you do?
I, good friend, am nothing more than an evolution of nature. An amalgamation of the gods' fears themselves.
I'm not gonna lie, we came in here with like a code word of like kicking your butt, but I'm kind of getting the idea
Oh!
that may not work out.
Oh, perfectly fine.
Grimthane, do you happen to know a man by the name of Dragar Colescale?
His smile gets impossibly wide, like it begins to wrap around his head, revealing more and more teeth. Yes. He was our last guest. He kind of tilts his head, almost like an owl, thinking and thinking. 32 years, 6 months, and 5 days ago.
He spent 32 years here?
Oh no, that's just when he left.
How long did he spend here?
He spent long enough to learn a few tricks.
Last time I knew Dragar, he was young, far younger, and he's obviously grown. He potentially spent years here.
So it's obvious that he was well fed and
Yes,
And-
eat, friends, eat.
he was,
you have
he was
delicious
very
meals
well
in front of
taken
you,
care of
and
while
you
he was
haven't
here.
taken a single bite.
He's kind of right though. I'm gonna take a bite.
Okay. You take a bite. It's good food. Tastes good.
Cool. I'm gonna take a second bite.
You do. You can continue eating. That's not a problem.
Okay, I go for a third bite.
Okay.
Careful, Devin. Don't push 4.
If you're looking for a Constitution saving throw, I'm not gonna give you one.
just testing the water.
You sent Dragar. You let Dragar leave. You sent him out of here.
Sent? No.
So you wanted him to stay?
Of course.
And why did he leave?
Because he had goals, and he has a persuasive way about him. At the end of the day, I ended up agreeing with him.
And yet he is out attempting to conquer and spread the Emerald Plains.
Is he? Wonderful.
I think we need to meet. I'm gonna put my fingers to my temples and try to project an idea to Corliss.
Okay, I'm gonna mind link.
First thought, it worked. Second thought, can we make this a group chat?
Can't you only do it with one
I
person
think
at a
I can
time?
only do it with one. Let me see.
You'll just
Yeah,
have to
it
like.
says with a creature, I believe.
It's like what's its name?
I'm playing telephone.
Yeah, telephone.
So by the end, you like relay it to Rorik, and he's just like, what was
We
that
gotta
with a
kill him.
banana?
You're just an operator.
So after mind melding with Corliss, I'm gonna relay the idea. I think we need to be careful about what we let slip. This guy's been trapped in the Emerald Plains for a long time, and he probably doesn't know anything about the world outside this.
Trapped is a really good point. You hear
Get
in
out of
your
here!
head.
This is a direct contact.
Doesn't matter.
We just established that this is not a group chat.
Oh, doesn't matter.
No respect.
So what's your goal then?
My goal?
Dragar has goals. He's clearly out accomplishing them. What are you doing?
Sustaining myself.
How? By what means? Your villagers seem to eat oats and corn from what we've been told, and yet here we have this feast.
Yes.
Sustaining yourself for what? Through what?
Seems like you're not asking the right questions,
It's
Corliss.
like, why?
It's like an 8-ball. I have to keep
Grimthane?
asking the right question.
Grimthane, what are you?
Ooh, I've already explained this. I am an evolution of nature.
He's the god's nightmare.
That's what I think.
He said he's an
of the gods'
amalgamation of the
nightmares.
gods' fears and nightmares. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Grimthane, what is in the dream well?
What do you think it is?
Lauren pulls out his cup full of water, and I kind of take some and pour it into my hand.
And you see the kind of crispy blue that you saw when you pulled the well up.
I mean, from what it looks like, and I'm kind of just pouring it
And it
between
like
my hands.
pours out of your
Yeah.
hands all over the table.
This does not seem to be any liquid that I'm aware of.
Magic?
There's none. I checked.
Oh, but there is. The magic is inside of you. All the water is a catalyst.
To be triggered upon what?
Consumption?
Okay. So Corliss is feeling like I have lost nothing coming here and I've gained nothing coming here. So I'm like, well, cool. Thanks, Grimthane. I am
Do you not want to eat, Corliss?
no, I think I'm okay.
You should really eat.
I don't trust food from people who have fed my arch enemies before. So
Enemies of Dragar. Interesting.
So you're not gonna eat that?
yeah, you want it? I lift up my plate over to you. You seem to be enjoying it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll take it.
Okay.
He takes a fourth bite.
Anything happen?
He's fine.
And I'm gonna get up to go.
And he says, "Oh, please, not yet." And as he kind of snaps his fingers at the table, you see this rope-like tentacle, very familiar, grab the door to the room and slam it shut.
Is that a flicker?
A flicker?
Rope-like tentacle monsters.
Oh, yeah.
From the Emerald Plains.
Absolutely.
What is it doing here?
Its job? Obeying me.
You create these flickers.
Yes.
You make them from people.
His smile grows wider once again. It's the only way to do it.
Okay, calm down.
I
Hold
unsheath
on.
my sword.
Uh-oh.
Like immediately. I'm fuming.
Oh, scary.
You are the reason that countless of my brethren have died.
Yes.
You are the reason that thousands of people venture into the Emerald Plains and never come back. You are the reason that there are
Yes.
flickers in my hometown. You are the reason that
Yes.
Dragar has lost his mind.
Yes.
And at this moment, Lauren casts Magic Missile at him.
Okay, roll a d4 real quick.
Now I have a reason to be here.
Okay, so you just launch this magic missile at him. You see all three missiles plummet into him as he kind of like gets thrown back off of his chair and slams onto the ground. He stands back up and he goes, "Ah!"
He's not dead? What?
He's like, "It's been some time since someone's tried to kill me. I wonder how much I could take."
You are the reason my family is gone.
Yes, I can sense them.
Rorik is going to look towards Lauren and be like, "There's no need for violence right now, okay? It's
Oh,
okay."
you can drop the act, Roy.
Oh, you little. Oh, come on.
It's been fun to see, though.
I've been trying so hard. I just wasn't sure if you could read my mind or not.
Oh, of course I can.
Of course.
This whole time, Scheme is sneaking behind him
Okay.
with a comically large hammer.
It's a wooden hammer.
He's primed and ready to strike.
Okay. As you're like readying up to strike Grimthane, you see his head pull a 180-degree turn and look down at you.
And I whisper, "Corn dogs." That was the code word that
Rorik
we
stands up and immediately grabs his warhammer and
Wait,
shield.
you whisper it though, so did any of us hear it?
it was a
Loud enough for us to
Okay.
I go, corn dogs.
Okay, I'm assuming we're starting fight then?
We are starting.
Roll for initiative. Hey guys, this session ran a little bit long, so we're splitting it into 2 parts. We'll see you next time for Grimthane's Part 2.